This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for February 8, 2023. And in the news this evening, policeman hit with multiple charges for alleged rape of woman in St. Elizabeth. One of 4 police constables implicated in the alleged robbery and the sexual assault of a female motorist in Black River, St. Elizabeth has been charged. Constable Alwyn Hill was charged for 5 offenses based on a ruling delivered by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Hill has been charged with rape, grievous sexual assault, forcible abduction, corruptly soliciting, and simple larceny. He remains in custody, and the date for him to appear in court is to be decided Wednesday. It is alleged that about 10 p.m. on Monday, January 30, the woman was driving along the Crawford Main Road in a car with a demonstration license plate. She was signaled to stop by members of a police team who were manning a checkpoint. The 26-year-old woman, whose name is being withheld, allegedly offered the cops $7,000, which she had on her, to avoid being ticketed, but they demanded $50,000. According to the reports, the cops took the woman to an ATM in Black River, where she attempted to withdraw the $50,000 but was unsuccessful. She was then told by one of the cops to drive to a nearby supermarket, where she was taken to the back of the building. The constable allegedly raped her and threatened to kill her if she reported it. The constable also used her debit card to purchase some items. The woman, however, reported the matter at the Santa Cruz police station, where arrangements were made for her to be medically examined. The 4 constables were taken into custody, but 3 have since been released. 20-year-old gunned down at home in St. Anne. A man was shot and killed at his home in Stairtown, St. Anne early Wednesday morning. He has been identified as 20-year-old Kimani Letterman, unemployed. A police source told the news that at around 2:30 a.m., Letman was inside his house when gunmen opened fire, hitting him. The police were alerted and he was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations continue. 2 pistols seized, 2 injured following shooting in Augustown. 2 firearms and several rounds of ammunition were seized following a shooting incident on Bryce Hill Road in Augustown on Tuesday, which left 2 men injured. Reports are that about 9:40 p.m., residents heard explosions and summoned the police. On arrival of the police, 1 man was seen with gunshot wounds and a magazine containing 13 9mm cartridges found beside him. Investigations led the police to search the premises, in which 1 Taurus 9mm pistol, 1 Beretta 9mm pistol, and 3 additional 9mm cartridges were found atop a roof. The injured man was taken to hospital for treatment. Another man later turned up at hospital with gunshot wounds, reporting that he was injured in the same area. Both are being treated under police guard while detectives probe the incident. Police expect the charges to be laid soon in Ian Fleming Airport drug seizure case. The police are anticipating that charges will shortly be laid against those involved in last year's major drug bust at Ian Fleming International Airport in St. Mary. The cocaine, weighing nearly 1,100 pounds with an estimated street value of US $25 million or Jamaican $3.7 billion, was discovered in 10 large traveling bags at the airport in September. It was said to belong to a major transnational syndicate operating in Jamaica. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey disclosed at a press conference on Tuesday that talks are continuing between his office and that of the Director of Public Prosecutions on the case.
There is an ongoing investigation. We have been working with our international partners. There are some legal issues that are being addressed between the offices of the DPP. We have also made some application, and I will say this, that people will be arrested and charged in respect of that matter.
Golden disappointed government rebuffed his attempts to amend the child restraint bill. Leader of the opposition Mark Golding is disappointed that the government rebuffed his attempts to table a bill to amend the Road Traffic Act earlier this week. When Golding sought a leave from the House to introduce the Road Traffic Amendment Act 2018, which would address the child restraint issue, the government used its majority to defeat his move. When the votes were counted, there were 11 yeas for the opposition, 29 noes for the government, with 23 members absent. Unfortunately, the government used its majority to prevent me from getting leave to have this bill introduced. The minister responsible for transport indicated that they would be bringing regulations and amendments to existing regulations to put in place a system of no requirement regulations and optimal restraint requirements depending on the age of the child, Golding said in a press conference held immediately after Parliament. Golding said he was disappointed as the opposition had merely sought to assure restive members of the transport sector who are withdrawing their service across the country since the new Road Traffic Act was implemented on February 1. The announcement of an amendment to come may or may not provide them with comfort, as would the actual legislation brought to the House, which was what I did, Golding said. On Tuesday, Minister of Transport and Mining Audley Shaw indicated that the government is taking steps to rescind the 25 traffic tickets issued to motorists who had been penalized for transporting children without the requisite child restraint system. Minister Shaw also announced the measures that reverse the previous requirement in the Road Traffic Act that mandated the use of a child restraint system to transport children aged 12 and under. Golding also voiced the concerns that no local government elections will be held by the 28th of this month. He said the supplementary budget had no financial provision to enable the execution of local government elections and that no legislation was brought by the government to further extend the period that no local government elections will be held. Last year, a bill was piloted through the House of Representatives to postpone local government elections for a further 12 months, which were to be held no later than February 2023. This was done because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and its fourth wave, as it was believed that the holding of an election at that time would put the country at a greater public health risk. 5 men wanted by St. Catherine Police. The St. Catherine North Police have listed 5 men as wanted for various crimes committed in the division. In a media release on Wednesday, the police said, in an effort to continue their robust efforts to improve the safety of residents and people who conduct business in the St. Catherine North Police Division, they were making an urgent appeal for the men to turn themselves into the Spanish Town Police immediately. They are 28-year-old Kimo Bloomfield, otherwise called Dutch Daddy, Earth and Shooter, of Taws Meadows, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Bloomfield is wanted for murder and illegal possession of firearm. Dean Norman, otherwise called Max, of Berwick District, Bagwalk and Above Rocks District, both in St. Catherine. Norman is wanted for murder. Kevin Fletcher, otherwise called Tippy, of Victoria District, Linstead, St. Catherine, wanted for shooting with intent. Junior Brown of Springvale District, Bagwalk, St. Catherine, and the Greendale, Manchester address. He is wanted for murder. 54-year-old Radcliffe Perry, otherwise called Raddy, of York Street, Victoria District, Linstead in St. Catherine. He is wanted for wounding with intent and robbery with aggravation. These men are asked to turn themselves into the Spanish Town Police by 5 p.m. on Thursday. In addition, anyone with information that can assist the police in locating these men is being asked to contact the Spanish Town Police at 876-984-2305 or Crime Stop at 311. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.